Battleship Bingo.
Damn. We gotta sell that voice, man.
I think I know what we're hearing right now.
First, why are you whispering?
Be very quiet.
Quiet. Really, Susan?
Be quiet. You don't want to die, do you?
No, I don't want to.
You don't die,
No,
do
I
you?
don't. Please stop raising your voice. You said to be quiet.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
This conversation's been
All
going on
right,
for a while.
shh. Everyone be cool. Have you heard of UVB-76?
Oh, yeah.
Wait!
Red wine.
That's, what?
Red.
And the thing about, like, she only wanted, like, another baby or whatever. And then
No,
she's
that's
gonna
Ace
leave
of
you
Base.
tomorrow.
That she wants is
Is
to eat a
another
baby.
Oh, I love that song.
No, you morons. Anyway, for you uneducated, uninitiated out there, UVB-76, also known as the Buzzer, is the nickname given by radio listeners to a shortwave radio station that broadcasts on the frequency 4,625 kilohertz.
Wow, that's
Now,
a lot
I know
of
what you're
kilohertz.
thinking. I know
yeah.
what you're thinking, Everest. That's a lot of kilohertz. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
That-
exactly
you
what I said.
definitely did say it out loud. Nope.
And then said that.
I didn't
You're
hear
not like
it.
a mind reader.
I
You're
didn't
just
hear it.
hearing
I
what we're
read your
saying.
nope. My psychiatrist told me when I was 12 and wanted to punch my stepmom that I'm a clairvoyant, so you back the frick off.
Okay.
All right.
Everest.
So I know what you're thinking. Everest, what is this UVB-76? Well, that radio signal has reportedly been broadcasting since the late 1970s. The earliest known recording of it is dated back to 1982. Ever since curious owners of shortwave radios first discovered the signal, it has broadcast a repeating buzzing noise. Every few years, the buzzer stops, and a Russian voice reads a mixture of numbers and Russian names.
Whoa.
What?
Really?
I know.
Crafty Russians are always doing something, aren't they?
You know what's
Creepy,
crazy
right?
about those
fingers in
world
all the pies.
radios too, with the super long antennas? You can pick up any AM band because they travel the farthest.
I was looking at the specs for the house, and you do have one.
Oh,
Because I have
there
a
it
real
is.
estate license.
If Angela's here, she could probably point out where it was,
I
but she's
know.
not here right now.
Who's
I know.
Angela? Is she hot?
You don't need to know that.
Anyway, a mysterious message came through. Christmas Day, 1997. It read, "Ya, UVB-76. Ya, UVB-76. 18008 Bromile. 74 27 99 14. Boris, Roman, Olga, Mikhail, Anna, Larissa. 742 79914."
Bromall. And then
That's
Bromall
crazy.
spelled out with the, what do they call that? The phonetic?
That's
The
right.
NATO phonetic alphabet?
Yeah.
That's right, bros.
Sounds like something a frat guy would call his what's up, Bromall?
What's up, bro mall? We're going to go to the mall, bro mall. Gonna be my bro mall at the mall.
All right.
It's only the best reality show on Frat TV, Bromall.
Frat TV is, like, if I had a waking nightmare, it'd be the concept of Frat TV. That'd be it.
Now, instead of shutting down with the fall of communism in Russia, UVB-76 became even more active. Since the millennium, voice messages have become more and more frequent. Now, it's easy to dismiss the signal as pre-recorded or a looping tone, but what listeners quickly realized was that UVB-76 is not a recording. The buzzer noise is generated manually.
Ooh, really?
I know, right? Maybe. The reason for hearing telephone conversations and banging noises in the background of the signal is that the speaker creating the buzzer is constantly placed next to a microphone, giving the world an eerie insight into whatever cavern the signal originates from.
Ooh.
Do they know what country this is coming from?
Russia.
Really?
Had to be.
So always the Russians, man.
So if we had like the technology from the first Batman movie with Christian Bale, where they can listen to the cell phone, everybody, so they could plug into that mic and they could see the actual room that this is all being broadcast from.
I have one of those.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
When was that? 2003?
I'm not going to tell you though,
Way
because you're
back.
mean to me.
That's not that far back, kid.
Yeah, but it's,
2003 was 14 years ago.
We're
That's
talking
like
about
a
the
long
Michael
time.
Keaton one. That's a long time ago.
Oh, the Michael
Keaton one was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
that's
You
true.
ever
Was
dance
that
with the devil
89?
in
The first
pale
one?
moonlight?
Yeah, 88, 89.
Prince's Batman?
Yes.
Yeah, it was 89, I think. Prince's Batman, 1989.
Princess Batman.
The Princess
That's what
Batman.
that, you just call it that. There's Princess Batman.
Online chatter about the signal increased in 2010 as bizarre broadcasts were issued on an almost monthly basis. Snippets of Swan Lake were played, a female voice counted from 1 to 9, a question mark was transmitted in Morse code, and strange telephone conversations were overheard by the receiver.
What? Weird.
They're just messing with us at this point. Once again, they're just like, are they just like begging for us to translate this code, or are they just messing with us?
So there's more here.
Damn.
Since October of 2010, the station has changed location. The flurry of activity and voice messages preceded the most important development in the signal since it began broadcasting in the 1970s. It seems likely that the heightened activity of 2010 was related to the establishment of the signal in a new location. The new call sign was read out after the move as MDZHB. Previous triangulation efforts had led to the discovery of the transmitter for UVB-76. It was a Russian military base on the outskirts of Pavarovo, a small town 19 miles from Moscow. Now, here's where it gets really creepy, man.
This is
Already pretty creepy.
Strap in, because it's about to get real scary.
Bromo.
After the station changed location, two groups of urban explorers and UVB-76 followers traveled to the remote Russian town in an attempt to visit the military bunker that the signal had originated from for over 30 years. When they reached the town, a local man told them about the storm of 2010, where one night a dense fog rolled in, and then suddenly the military outpost was evacuated within 90 minutes.
No way.
Really?
Are you
90
kidding me?
minutes, they're all like, duh, bro, we need to get out of here.
And that was in 2010 when the popularity was starting to
2010,
peak on the internet.
When the internet discovered them and they triangulated the location of this mysterious town,
They had to get out of there.
where one night, with a mysterious fog, they all just disappeared.
How did they get
The
the
mist.
Now, these explorers, after making their way across the site and avoiding the guard dogs stationed outside, they found the bunker and military buildings in a state of abandonment. Possessions and equipment were strewn across the base. Icy water had filled the bunker, yet clues were still to be found inside. One group described the military bunker as a quiet and lonely dark place, something like a maze with lots of corridors and rooms.
Super scary.
A book was found that contained a log of messages sent by UVB-76. The ethereal signal that had fascinated the world for years now had a physical presence, along with confirmation that it had been run by the Russian military. But the mystery still continues to this day. Sporadic voice messages are still emitted. Legions of listeners tune in via radios and online streams every day. And you can even listen online to the UVB-76 signal.
I just checked because I was noticing some red flags on the computer, and the computer's been acting up the entire time we've been here.
Mercury's in retrograde.
We have actually been listening the entire time to UVB-76.
Really? So that just came in?
All of that background noise during Everest's story was actually UVB-76.
God.
That's how terrifying it is.
Basically hijacked your stereo.
Yeah,
Yep.
why are they pumping it? Like, normally people have to decide to listen to it. They decided to broadcast it into our...
Why not?
It's like, yeah, like, I mean, it seems like they didn't want to get popular. Once they started getting popular, then they had to, abort mission and move elsewhere. And now here they are coming in with us.
The fact that there was this story of the fog and the evacuation of the base and
That's
stuff
really
seems like
creepy.
really, like a little
Spooky,
bit more
right?
more spooky than just like an unknown radio signal. I don't like this.
I'm not a fan
I also
of
don't
this.
like that this guy came in here with this story. Like, who the fuck? Like,
Yeah, who just shows up as a realtor is like, by the way, I've got a story.
Like,
I kinda like him more that way now.
fan, man.
yeah, all right, fair enough. He probably had like something geared up. He thought he was going to get to
So the spookier part is yet
shit.
to come.
Damn,
even
it's
spookier.
done.
All right.
Listeners have tried to triangulate the new location of the new signal. Unlike before, it seems that the UVB-76 signal is now emanating from multiple transmitters across Russia.
No way. It's getting more brazen.
They've narrowed it down to 3 possible locations, but they haven't quite figured it out yet. Now, the purpose for this signal remains unknown. They think that maybe there's a quote unquote official explanation where they try to use the signal to measure changes in the ionosphere, but people don't accept that as true because it seems far less sinister than what we'd like to believe it is. Now, the fan favorite conspiracy is that UVB-76 is the audible version of Russia's dead man switch system.
Oh,
you're familiar with the concept, yes?
I am.
I am not, no.
So a dead man switch is basically, you know, you watch a movie and the guy's like, if you kill me, the bomb blows up because I have the switch in my hand and my hand will release the trigger. Basically like that, where if Russia is attacked by nuclear bombs at any moment, the signal ceases to exist, which triggers a counterstrike back at their attackers.
Yep, mutually assured destruction.
Yep.
That's what it is, meaning that, you're going to get us, but we're going to get you too.
What's the final quote?
The final countdown!
The machine has in war games. The only way to win
is to not play. Want to play a game?
Now, of course, they say this is not the official purpose of the signal, but in reality, no one really knows.
That's super spooky.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to give yourself your own outro trill.
Sorry, I'm just a really big fan.
This guy is really uppity,
He's
man.
a big fan, but he knows exactly what he's doing. He just did the intro and the outro.